Hey guys, we're back. Let's see where we're at, shall we? Navis. Navis, we've got all our rockets ready, what have you. Um, excuse me, all of our material. Oh man, swallowed the wrong way. Sorry about that. All of our materials coming in, we're pretty good there. Our production on Navis right now is mostly static. I had them producing some stuff to ship to me, and we'll get into that in a minute. But for the most part, we have reached a state of stability here on Navis. Vianet, kind of the same thing. We are, we're not producing a lot of coal here, but we got more coal coming in down here. So that's nice, and we got a lot of stuff here. Bottom line, we go up here and look. As you can see, I mean, yeah, copper. We're still copper cable because it's being used on some things, but generally speaking, and it looks like it's green circuits, which is probably going over here more than likely to supply the remainder of what needs to be done here for more rocket control parts and stuff like that. But for the most part, as you can see, we are static here on Vianet as well. We've got our production set up. It is, at this point, completely full. So we're sitting pretty there. Let's see, so that's Vianet. Mars Garden will go to last because that's where we're at now. Alaz, again, same situation. We are essentially static on our production on Alaz right now. So that's not a bad thing. That's what we kind of wanted. We wanted to get established. We wanted to get things going, and then we wanted to just let it run. Now, why is this? Oh, because the water is once again full. We'll have to figure out what we want to do with water at some point. Right now, you know what? We're just going to do this. This will solve our water issue for a little bit. And because this is mostly a waterless planet anyway, it's supposed to be a completely waterless planet. We'll go ahead and take the water. So that's what's going to be happening there. We may very well. I don't think this is pumping back into the system right now, is it? No, it is pumping back into the system. It's supposed to be heading back. It's supposed to be going back into the. Should be down here. Yeah, it's connected back into the system, so it's pumping back in. What we may do is turn our pumps off and just live off of this for a while. We'll see. But anyway, bottom line, we're pretty static here. This is filling up. We're doing good. So let's see. That's Navis, Alaz, Vinet, Sanctonium. Same thing. We are pretty much static here. We're as far as we can go with our beryllium because we don't have the stuff coming in yet to process it any further. We're gonna have to do that. But we've got a backlog of it. That's what we were kind of shooting for. We certainly have a backlog of core fragments to deal with. So we got that going. All right, so there we go. That's that is everything except Moss Garden. Moss Garden is turning out to be my problem child. Moss Garden, if we look at what our values are for our materials, volume launch is what we needed, and Moss Garden is a really good source for it. The problem is it sucks for everything else, especially stone. And stone is really necessary for green circuit production. So we're having a problem with that. And the problem we've run into is we have pretty much sucked our stone supply dry. Now there are other places where there are pockets of stone, and we are going to go get them. I've marked some of them out. You know, they're around on the map, but there's bupkis really for stone. So, you know, that's going to be an issue for us. Right now, what we've done is we are harvesting stone out of our core fragments, but the problem with that is going to be at some point, because the core fragments that we get are Vitamelange core fragments, we're going to hit a point where we got too much Vitamelange. Now, one of the things I was looking at, and I'm kind of being stupid here, is if we look at the production value for Vitamelange nuggets, 2 nuggets from 1 ore, they stack at 50, these stack at 50. So for every one of these stacks, I'm getting 2 of these stacks. So I'm actually worse off by processing it than I am by keeping it in the form that it's in now. Now, eventually, when I go to make it into some of the other stuff, yes, it'll break down and stack further, I'm sure. But right now, it's better to keep it in this state. It keeps our core going, what have you. We're getting some stone out of it just for that. You get 1 stone every time you process 16 core fragments. Big deal, right? But then you get your core fragments, and they give you 5 stones each time you process 16 core fragments. So we're getting some stone. Nowhere near what we need. So one of the solutions to that has been to do this. I have converted my green circuit production on this planet over from stone tablets to wood. It takes 1 wood and 3 copper cable to make a green circuit straight up with wood. Now we need a lot of green circuits because they go into the reds and the blues and things like that. We're just trying to catch up on our rocket production here. We're only got 38 rocket sections because we were stupid and didn't bring enough with us. Because we usually don't, we just let it manufacture them on the planet. This planet, we're going to have to ship them in. It'll just be easier on our green circuit economy. But we have converted all of our green circuits into wood. Now the problem with that is in this particular mod and what have you, we can't make wood. We can only harvest wood from the trees, so we have to send out the bots and we have to harvest the wood. Now we've been doing that. If you look along where the roboports are, with the exception of up here, because now we've got roboports up a little further. As a matter of fact, while we are talking, let me go ahead and do that. So the bots will come up and they will harvest these trees, and they will harvest any stone. We need to move our warehouse. Right now our warehouse is way down here. We'll have to go down in a minute and move it because we've been harvesting down here. But we've been basically denuding the planet of its trees slowly but surely, so that we can make green circuits. Now, once this all stabilizes and we get to a stable point, it won't be so bad. We'll be able to keep up on our stone production and this and the other. But right now, getting established, it's killing us. The other thing that's killing us, and let's get out of this view, let's get back to us. The other thing that's killing us is power. Every time the deep core drill goes, our power fluctuates really badly because we're only working off of one 80 steam engine plant. And the reason for that is because the other thing that's not so great on this planet is coal. Coal is half the size and half the richness and 80% the frequency that it normally is. So coal sucks. Now we are getting some coal from core mining. There is not a lot of uranium on this planet, but with Covarex, excuse me, with Covarex and production modules, we should be able to make plenty of power for the operation that we have here, because we're not going to have a huge operation here. It's not making all the parts for all the other places. It's not having to fire lasers. We just need to run this plant. So we should have plenty of uranium to run it. Now, one of the things I'm doing is, if you'll remember when we put down the map, or put down the blueprint, there was these two small patches, one here and one here, of uranium, and we are in the process right now of taking care of those. There's only 1K here, and there's like 500 left here. All I'm doing is I'm putting it into chests for right now, and we're putting it in storage. Because I don't have my Covarex operation set up, I don't have my fuel production operation set up, we're simply getting it out of the way. Waste not, want not in this particular case, because like I say, Moss Garden, it sucks for mineral availability. So very soon, we got 51 on this side, we got, 400 on this side left. This will be empty. So we're going to have to, we'll use this up, we'll hit this one, use it up, and then we'll get out of here with the mining. In the meantime, I set up, where is it? There it is. I set up mining up here. There's uranium up here. There's 66K of uranium. We had a stone mine over here. It played out, so I pulled up all of the belts and went ahead and used the same belt, since it was already run, to run uranium. Now eventually we'll come up here and get this coal, and we'll come up here and get this iron. So I'm going to leave this belt, and we'll come over here and get this stone as well. So it'll get used. But for now, we're just clearing that out of the way. Now, that being the case, we need a nuke plant here in order to give us the power we need. But I don't want to have to build a nuke plant here on planet, because that's 500 red circuits just for one reactor, and I'm going to need at least 4. So, that in itself is 2,000 red circuits, which is, 4,000 green circuits. Because of our stone, that's no bueno. We're not going to be able to do it, and that's fine. That's one of the whole points of this mod, is to be, shipping stuff from one place to the other. And up until this point, we really kind of haven't had to do that. But now, as you can see, even our stone and everything, our stone and our brick and what have you, has all eaten itself up. Now, part of that is all of this sand, which goes into glass, and glass goes into our low density structures, which goes into making all our rocket parts. So that's where a lot of it is being used right now. It's not being used in the green circuits because we're making them out of wood. But we need to be able to have power, and I'm not going to be able to build nuke plants here on site, at least not for the foreseeable future. Not until such a time as we get a bunch more core mining going so that we get a bunch more resources, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then we have to figure out what to do with all the excess vital melange. We'll get to that. So, for right now, what we're going to do is we're going to go over to Novice. And over here on Novice, I got the bots to swipe some fuel for me and some 235 for me, because the 235 will allow me to kickstart my Covarex process. You need 40 235 for each time the Covarex runs. So I'm bringing 8. Well, it was supposed to be 80. It's 86. I'm bringing 86 235 to the planet to jumpstart my Covarex process. Excuse, man. Got a frog in my throat or something. I'm also bringing rocket parts so that we can finish up the rocket and be done with it. I'm bringing an entire 4-reactor nuke plant with me, and I'm bringing a bunch of rails with me. Reason I'm bringing rails is rails require stone, so you know we're stuck in hind tit on stone. I'm bringing production modules so we can start taking advantage of the production modules and at least having more stone that way. Eventually, we're going to start using our vulcanite and doing the vulcanite process. I don't have the factories for that yet because it takes a different furnace. It takes this industrial furnace to take advantage of vulcanite. You can't do it in a regular furnace, I don't believe. We can look real quick. Yeah, so vulcanite has to be made in with the vulcanite process. You take 6 stone bricks, or you get 6 stone bricks with 8 stone, as opposed to 1 per 2, which is 12. It only takes 8, but you need a vulcanite block. Excuse me. God bless. But you need an industrial furnace to do that, and we don't have industrial furnaces yet. We can make them. I do believe we can make. Yeah, we can make them. We just haven't made them because they take a lot. So we're gonna have to make them on Novice and ship them out at some point. In the meantime, we've got this rocket ready. We're gonna ship it out. The rails, we're gonna use them to start shipping our uranium from all over the map and our stone from all over the map. But we're gonna ship it in from outside of where we are. It's just the way it is. We got to do it. I got enough rail cars and trains and what have you to get that started. So we're going to go ahead, send this to Moss Garden, to the landing pad. We know we're going to lose some of this. You're going to lose, maybe 1% or something like that. That's life. Everything else looks good. That should be all set up. Let's get our plant here so we can get this started. And here it comes. All right, so let us snag these out right off the bat. I don't know if there's any more of them. No. Alright. And let's get them in there. That gives us 66. We need to break these ones down. So we'll need to have a factory to do that, to break them down, to be able to use them. So let's get down here and grab a factory. I've moved everything down here to my supply warehouses down there. It's more centralized. It's faster for the bots. That sort of thing. Yeah, that should do us. We'll just hand jam them. Mainly I want to get this rocket built so that the pieces parts that go into the rocket can now be done. And we can snag these out. And get the rocket started. There we go. So now the rest of them we'll just put on the belt. And that should stop one of our biggest users of rocket parts. That one's finished. You know what? What we ought to do is this. Wait a minute. Why is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Alright. So then we can take these down here. We just get them on the belt, and then that will stop us from using up our circuits, which will then allow our circuits to start to back up. You know, there's so much stuff that uses stone. The heat shields use it. All the chips use it. What have you? So stone is a killer for us here on this planet. And if we can get to a point of stability where everything is static, then the stone will start to back up. We'll put it, you know, we'll have it go into a warehouse and stack, so that when the time comes that we do start to use it again, you know, it'll. There we go. That's nice. And then I think we can't. Can we stack them in here? No, we can't stack them in there. All right, that's fine. All right, so there we go. So now we've got all of them that we can do. Why we're putting them there, I don't know. Oh, I know why we're putting them there. That is a holdover from Navis. We don't want to do that here. We don't need to do that here. What is this waiting on? Weird. I wonder. Yeah. One of the things that we have a problem with here, and I've run into this problem, there are some things in the system, and we're going to have to go through and look for them, that are being picked up from the ruins, and it's my fault. I did it. So they're being picked up from the ruins, and I'm putting them in supply, and the problem is they're not fixed. And because they're not fixed, they get into the supply system, and then they can't be used. So we're going to have to go through here and pull out all the broken crap. And that was stupid on my part to have not done that. But, you know, crap occurs. And I am sure there is some of it that is in requester chests that are already in the system, that it is jammed up other things. There's no doubt in my mind that that's the case. I wish, and I'm going to look into, I think it just makes sense, a recycling mod. I know there are certain things that you can crush down and recycle and it just gives you scrap. But I wanna look at a recycling mod. I don't want something that's going to be ridiculously OP, you know, and it's going to give us back everything that went into it. I don't want to do that. But if we have the technology to go to other planets and to the sun and what have you, there is no reason that we can't recycle. You know? I mean, it just... I'm not going to go through all of these on camera. It'd be stupid. But just know I'm going to go through all of this stuff and look for the jammed up shit. Because I'm sure there are other things. Anyway, let's go up here and see what we can do to help this dude along. Let's go over here first thing and drop off these trees. So we can make more green circuits, right? Because green circuits are important. And let's get rid of this coal. Not that we're not going to get rid of this plant very soon. We'll probably keep it, but we'll probably set it up so that it cuts in and out. All right. Right, there's all of that. There's all of that. Okay. This we want because it's going to go back into the system for making stuff. These we want. We don't want the tracks yet. But we do want the other stuff. For making the tracks. Now, that's got one. We only want one. We'll put this one in here. That'll stop that up and that'll be done. Alright. Let's get rid of... Do we have any more down here? Before we walk all the way down there, I know jetpacks I should fly, but I believe I can fly. Take that. This we don't have. We're not doing recycling here yet. We don't have it set up. Oh look, we're almost done. We got one more. We got 60 more pieces of uranium and we'll be done. Let's get rid of this copper and the iron. Like I said, man, this planet is a resource desert. I mean, we're going through the resources quick on this planet. It is what it is. That's where this is going to come in handy, I'm sure. Coal. Coal can go over to the power plant. So, basically this episode, we are going to set up a new plant. Is what we're going to do, is we're going to get it set up, and it needs 4 water inputs. We're going to bring it up here. Oh, there's a freaking whatchamacallit there. Can we move over a little bit? Yeah, we can put it, say, right here. And we will let, well, no, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 water inputs, don't we? Yeah, we need 8 water inputs with this. Alright, well, there it is. Let our guys go to work. No, this isn't going to run yet because we don't have our Cobra X operation up and running. We don't have our fueling operation up and running. But if we get the plant sited, we can then start worrying about that stuff. So we want to get this built first. So I'm a bit verklempt today because it's kind of a cold, dreary day out. It's been raining all day. It is, you know, October. So, you know, it's in the mid 50s or so. And just kind of blech out. So, not too surprising that I'm kind of there. That end up, we'll go up here and we'll finish this end up. Oh, come on, you slow little bastard. And of course, like I say, we would lose something. Figures. And I didn't plan for it. I should have planned for it, and I know better than not plan for it. So we need 30 gears, 10 motors, 20 pipe. Okay. So 30 gears. 10 motors. And I'm willing to bet we have enough in the system to build this. 20 pipe, 30 copper. Pipe. 30 copper. Alright, let's get down here in the network. We're not in the network up here. There we go. We got to put a RoboPort up there at some point. And while those are doing their thing. Let's take this over here and give it to this guy. Where are they? There they are, 10. There we go. Give it the cargo pods. That's where they gotta go anyway. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. So now we're just waiting on gears and copper. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. We'll come closer. Make your trip not as far. Because we love you. Where the hell are you coming from? Yeah, correct. All right, there we go. There we go. Our plant is complete. Yay. All right. So, do we want to do this? Yeah, we want to do it this way, I think. Where are they? There they are. Damn it. We want to do 4 of these. We want to do 4 of these. And we want to do 8 of these. And that should do that. And then once we hook this into the system, and we hook it into power, we should have no problem. It should feed itself. And then we'll just have to set up our Covarex. And our fuel. Right? There we go. All right. So, 1, 2, can't reach, 3, 4. Gazinta, Gazada. Gazada, Gazinta. Right? Right. Now, we're not going to give it the fuel yet, because I don't want this thing burning up fuel. It's not ready. Next thing we need to do, and I hate to do this, but I think we're going to need to do it. Did we bring any landfill with us? I do not believe we did, and I do not believe that we made any landfill, because we're trying to not. Yeah, there is none in the system. I hate to do this because stone is so precious right now. That's a lot of stone for landfill. We'll get it sorted though. We just need to get this set up. And in order to set this up, I need to even up this bank a little bit. Just to be able to put the pumps down. Not gonna worry about these holes. I just need to even this up a bit to be able to put my pumps down. So there's one. Right. So we can do a pump. Oh, you fucker. One, two. All right. And I could do it. Probably I could have just randomly where the fuck ever, I guess. I didn't. And I should have. And I didn't. And that's life. I wonder. Will that reach? Yes, that will reach. Won't reach if we do that, though. It'll reach there, though. That'll work. That will work. We're gonna have to put one there and there anyway. One there. One there. Alright. Guess not, maybe. I don't want to waste the substations. I don't want to waste green chips, is what it comes down to. I don't mind wasting iron a little bit because I can, you know, I'm mining iron. I don't want to waste. I thought I was making. I thought we were making these puppies. Well, I know there's some in the system, but I thought we were making them too. Yeah, thank you. Alright. We're gonna want... You know what? We're standing right next to it. Don't be stupid. I don't think we're gonna need it, but there we go. Alright. Oh well. Will that reach there and there? I just kind of want it to look nice. This is why we can't have nice things. Right? That's why we can't have nice things. Fine. Bring me 10. Because we're going to put a RoboPort up there anyway. Oh, we got to be in logistics. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. There we go. All right. I know it's not even. I know it's not pretty. it works. And that's what counts right this second, I think. Oh, close, but no cookie. And I don't want to put it there because... Alright, you know what? Fine. Screw you. Alright, that's contained within that. Right, that'll be connected to that. Oh, that one's not, though. You fucker. I hate you. Actually, you know who I hate? The guy that designed this plant. You know who designed this plant? Me. I should have, and I didn't, and that's the way it goes. Alright. Halfway and one. Right? Now there's that. That's hooked to that, but it's not hooked into the base. So we want halfway and one. Now, this is all hooked in to the base. Woohoo! Now, one thing we are going to want to do at some point, lesson learned the hard way, is we're going to want to independently power these pumps. With their own backup system. And I know this because of having dealt with it previous to this. Remember when our power went out? I remember when my power went out. Now, realistically, connected with different fluids. Oh, wrong place. Stupid. Stupid, stupid. Because I can walk over these, it really doesn't matter whether I use undergrounds or regular pipes. And I probably should, for the sake of economy, use regular pipes, and I'm not. Life is life. Fa la 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 la. Fucker. Right? Right. And then we want space. And pump. I wish we could dig up shoreline and turn it into landfill. Wouldn't that be cool? If you could dig up shoreline, because we have the water fill mod. It would be nice if we could like dig up the beach and move the beach, kind of like they do in the Middle East, wherever it is that they are making those artificial islands in the shape of palm trees and shit. Alright, mod makers, get on it. I need you to do that for me. I bet there's a... maybe there is, maybe there isn't. Oh, you... Oh, I love it. No, I don't. Alright. Last set of pumps. Now, do we bring one out each side for, you know, looks? Or do we bring them both in one direction? And a boy band. Speaking of those sorts of things, and being the king of dad jokes and all of that, screw it. I made a joke a while back, and some people got it and some people didn't, and I thought it was damned funny. I had one of those, you know, El Cheapo brooms that you get from like Walmart or wherever, and the handle bent on it, and once those handles bend, that broom gets kind of floppy. Well, it was only floppy on one side, so it was my boy band broom because it only worked in one direction. Womp, womp, womp. Some people got it, some people thought it was really funny, and other people thought I was really stupid. And you know what? Both groups were right. Okay, now, can we cover all of them with one? And the answer is we can. Right? Yes, we can. Now, they don't have power. Why don't they have power? Oh, because that power doesn't come all the way over here. Okay. Can we do this? There. Now. Everybody has power. It ain't pretty, but it works, and everybody's got power. All right, so there is our 4 nuke plant, power plant. That should be plenty to power everything we need here. How are we doing on time? We're doing okay. It's been about an hour. Now we need to look at Covarex, and I don't want to take up this oil, so maybe we'll put Covarex over here, and maybe, since it's been an hour, you guys know what I'm doing. I'm putting in a Covarex plant. We're gonna Covarex the shit out of our uranium. We're gonna process it and Covarex it, and send it to the power plant. That's what we're doing. So you know where we stand now, guys. All of our other planets are good, except this one. This one, we have a major stone problem. So we're going to supplement with trees as best we can. And you know, we're gonna go from there. We're gonna get this thing stabilized now that we got a rocket built and we got the rocket parts for another rocket. We'll get this all stabilized, and we'll get all of the chests filled and what have you. There we go. You know, one thing at a time, one crisis at a time. Solve a crisis, find another crisis, right? So we're gonna have this set up. We'll bring another. We'll bring another Ropo port over here somewhere. And then we'll probably, you know, up here wherever we put our plant. And halfway. And that'll start getting us, this is where we'll do our coverexing, we'll do our fuel processing. We'll be good to go. And we will mine out this oil and bring that down to the refinery. But that's what we got to solve. We got to solve our stone issue, guys. Because, you know, there's a whole crap load of this Vitamelange here. Apparently, I don't know how much of it we're going to eventually need, but there's enough of it here on this planet. But we just don't have stone. We got a lot of trees, and we can harvest trees. And I have no problem building out the network to go harvest trees and then pulling the network back and going in another direction, harvesting trees. We have no problem doing that. We'll figure it out. We may go out here and do some remote networks and branch out, harvest all these forests and bring it back by train and what have you. We'll get it figured out. We will make it happen. You know, it's just none of this is going to happen fast. We are in all new territory for me. I'm not speed running this. This is now just fun and problem solving. So, all right, guys. Next episode, we should have Coverex up and running, which means we should have the plant up and running, and then we can start going from there. All right, bye.